Hey everybody, this is PJ Riley from Lancaster Archery here in the TOG studio in West Henrietta, New York, and I'm here with Elite Pro Nathan Brooks. And Nathan, this is exciting. We have a great new bow from Elite. Give us a quick rundown on what this bow is and what it can do.
So this is the new 2022 Basin. There's a lot of people in this space. Okay, so it's adjustable from 20 to 70 pounds. It's all aluminum components on the bow, so no plastic parts. It has a huge range on draw length from 16 to 30-inch draw length, and it's 3.9 pounds. Bow feels great, has a great feeling back wall. What this bow really does is it is a great entry-level bow for the guy that's looking to, to get his first bow, or the young adult that's growing as well. So.
Right. We're going to talk about this bow top to bottom here in a second, Nathan. I'm excited about that. Let's check out the specs for the Elite Basin. The Elite Basin measures 32 3/8 inches axle to axle. It's got a brace height of 6 11/16 inches, an IBO speed rating of 315 feet per second. It's got a mass weight of 3.9 pounds. Letoff is adjustable up to 80%. And we're going to have a rotating module to give you draw length adjustments from 16 to 30 inches. It's going to be also adjustable in draw weight from 20 to 70 pounds. All right, Nathan, so let's run down this bow here, starting out with this cam here. Tell us what's unique and great about it.
Yeah, PJ, this cam system has a huge range on it from 16 to 30-inch draw length, and because it's so huge, there's a lot of people that comes into this space that's looking for a value-packed bow, and that's what this bow offers, partially because of the cam system.
Right. It's got this great limb stop here. Of course, Elite, you've had this pad here the last couple of years, so it brings it back. Man, that super solid back wall, as you mentioned with these new archers. You know, that's one thing, one check that they can commit to. Okay, now I know where that back wall is, because there's no guessing with this thing.
Right, and when you're shooting a bow, that's so important, whether you're a beginning archer or even a seasoned archer. You need that good stop and good feel to have consistent shots.
Yeah, the draw weight range. Now that's one of the things I like, because a lot of people tend to see these adjustable bows and they think kids' bows. This one goes to 70 pounds. Obviously, that's not a kid.
Correct.
So this is one that can be used by anybody. And one of the things I know that we talk about is you can have a new archer coming in, a big guy, in his 30s or whatever, and he's probably strong enough to pull 70 pounds, but he's new. So maybe he should be starting out at 45 to get that coordination down before he moves up. This is one bow that can handle all of that. Otherwise, if he starts at 45, then he may have to get another bow to get up to 60.
Right,
70.
Absolutely. And what it also does is, let's just talk about a young adult that's growing, and let's say they're 18, 19-inch draw length. When they get the bow, they'll be able to go down low enough to the poundage that they need to develop good form, and as they grow, the bow continues to grow with them.
Yeah. You could keep this, a kid starting out at 13 years old could keep this all the way up into their 30s. And one of the cool things about it is that lifetime warranty.
Absolutely. Hunt guarantee as well. So it packs in all the features that Elite offers.
So I just learned about that hunt guarantee today, where if I'm out hunting and I drop this out of my tree stand, which I've done before, not with this bow, but if I break something, boom, Elite will ship a bow to the nearest post office, as fast as they can.
Right.
That's great insurance.
Yeah, absolutely. You spend a lot of money going off on a hunting trip, and who wants to be caught in that situation and not have anything to hunt with?
So let's take a look at the riser there, because this looks like your typical Elite riser. It's mostly vertical, just slight deflex there. This thing is a solid shooting machine. Got your cage riser up there. Tell us what you like about this, because you shot them all.
Well, honestly, I'm a grip guy. So I love a good feeling grip, a narrow throat. So this really has a great feel for a young kid all the way up to an adult. Obviously, I'm no spring chicken anymore, so it fits my hand pretty well. And I really like that about the bow. And then it has the attachments for the Elite quiver if you wanted to attach that on the bow. And so it has, again, features that Elite offers unique to Elite bows. And it's just because it's in that value range,
right,
or what we might even call a beginner's bow, it still has all the benefits that you would find.
That's the thing I like to keep coming back to, is that this thing is sort of the entry-level bow. It's got that value price down there that, you know, hey, not everybody wants to come in and buy that flagship bow. They want to get into bow hunting, want to get into archery, but they don't want to pay that flagship price.
Right.
This is one that parents...
And let's face it, everything is going up these days. Inflation is happening. So, you know, there's a lot of people that's looking for that. And when you bring up parents, that's really interesting because, you know, a lot of people will come in to buy this bow, you know, as a kid.
Yeah.
You know, the parents bring their kids in, and next thing you know, they're like, hey, let me try it. Parents wind up buying the bow as well because it fits them.
For sure. Yeah, this is one bow that literally the whole family could shoot.
Absolutely.
You can adjust that draw length, draw weight. You could have everybody shooting it. I wanted to point out here, Nathan, one of the things I like is we got the dual burger buttons there. If your rest has the room for those 2 bolts in there, bow hunters especially, you know, we're kind of hard on equipment. You can lock that rest in place with 2 bolts. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah, it seems like that's a simple thing, but it's really a really big thing.
It is.
Because obviously if anything moves on a bow, you're not going to hit the same spot anymore, and accuracy is everything. And that's one thing that we put even into consideration when we're building these value pack bows. You know, you want to look at beginner, entry level. Hey, they're going to be rough on stuff too. It's not just the guys that have, you know, the big flagship bows and go on these big elaborate hunts. The guys that are using these bows are more than likely out hunting on public land, and they're hooking it for everything they got. You know, they're working hard. So we want to make sure that everything stays solid.
So we talked about the cams. Something that I like about a cam setup like this are these split yokes just for paper tuning. You got a new archer, one of the simplest ways to do tuning is paper tuning. That's the most visually simple way to do it. It's something most people can understand. And boy, with those yokes, you know, once you get your center shot good, if you just have a little left and right tear, couple twists in either side, you can straighten out those holes in the paper. Absolutely.
All of accuracy really boils back down to how well the bow is tuned. And then obviously the shooter has a major part in that.
Sure.
But a great shooter can only be as accurate as your bow is tuned.
So. Right. So Nathan, one of the things that companies want to do when they are trying to get that cost of a bow down is they change the manufacturing. Obviously they want to crank things out. They use different parts. That didn't happen here. Tell us about the construction of this bow.
Well, all aluminum machined riser, limb pockets, all of it is super high quality. I mean, you'll see that the edges are rounded, so it's not square edged.
Yeah.
And all that costs money. It
right.
absolutely costs money to do. So, you know, when you look at the value of what's actually in this for machining, it's fantastic.
So, Nathan, another thing, I mean, winner's choice, strings and cables. I mean, those are top end.
You know, on a split yoke system like this, that's a $130 value that's added to this bow that you wouldn't have to go spend in, you know, a custom set of strings.
Right. And what's great about that is when you have the strings that aren't quite up to that value, you know, with peep rotation, just all kinds of issues, string stretch, winner's choice, that you don't have those problems with those strings.
Right, exactly. You have a short shoot-in time to where you can say the peep side is ready to go, and you don't have to worry about, you know, continually working on cable stretch or string rotation that causes peep rotation and things like that. So yeah, it's an absolute home run when you're looking at ultimate value for the bow.
So I had a little bit of time to spend with this bow, Nathan, shooting it yesterday, and it's just a nice shooting bow. It's that value price. You have to keep reminding yourself that when you're shooting it, that this is not that flagship level. It's a nice shooting bow. It's got the Elite shootability. You guys always talk about that. No hand shock, holds nice. hits where you want it to. Just a nice shooting bow. The draw cycle is nice. It's one of those things. Sometimes you get these cams that you draw back, and when you get to full draw, man, it really wants to pull your shoulder forward. I don't like those. I like a nice big valley. This one has that, and like we mentioned, that solid back wall. It's just a nice shooting bow.
Right, and the nice thing about, you touched on it a little bit before, is this limb stop that we have here on the cam. Some people actually like that feel, PJ, where it's hard at the back and it takes off quick. You can customize this bow to feel how you want it to feel.
Right, you can slide that post forward, then you're going to have that more aggressive, increase your holding weight, reduce that valley. All right, that is the brand new Basin from Elite Archery for 2022. Great new bow. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to click that bell to get notifications whenever we put out new videos. As always, if you have any questions, you can visit us at LancasterArchery.com.